I am so excited. You have decided that you want a CINT test done. So that's carotid intima-media thickness, the measurement of the thickness of the artery wall in that carotid artery. Hi guys, Dr. Lily Johnston, board certified vascular surgeon and a cardiometabolic specialist, and we are talking today about the CIMT exam. What does that entail? What is it like? What do you learn from it? And a little bit about how that should go for you. So if I'm going to be the one to do your exam, that's super exciting. What I will ask of you is just to be well hydrated coming into that test. So you don't have to stop eating or drinking anything. All I want is for you to be well hydrated starting 12 to 24 hours before you come in for your ultrasound. This gives us the best possible pictures because ultrasound is a sound-based technique, and good hydration in the tissues gives us very pretty pictures, and everybody wants pretty pictures. So when you come in, we will meet and say hello to each other, and I'll ask if you've ever had a CIMT done before, so that if so, we can be sure to compare your results. What you can expect on the day of the exam. I typically do these on a massage table, so you'll come on in, or an exam table, you'll come on in, you'll lie down, and I will ask you to just open up the collar a little bit of your shirt, and we'll tuck a little tissue in there. We'll put a little ultrasound gel. I am sorry, I don't have one of those fancy warmers, so my gel is a little bit cold, but it's just a little bit. And then you'll feel a little pressure on the neck as I put the ultrasound probe up against the artery. I'll take some pictures. And people always ask, can I talk during the exam? You'll have to ask me during the exam. Some people I can take really nice pictures while we're chatting. Other times I may ask you to hold those thoughts for the end because I need to get a specific shot and I just can't get it if we're both moving. So that's the talking piece. I image both sides. So we'll spend 10 to 15 minutes on one side, and then I'll switch and go to the other side. We'll image 10 to 15 minutes there. When we're all done, I will do my best to get all that goop off your neck, but I will always give you a clean tissue because I always miss a spot. And then I will have you sit up and we will go over the images together. What can we see right away? Right away, what I can tell you is whether there is significant plaque or not, and what that plaque looks like. Is it soft, vulnerable, dangerous plaque? Is it super old calcified plaque that's been there a long time? Or is it kind of that heterogeneous mixed plaque that's kind of in the middle? That we can see right away. The IMT measurement itself, that actually has to go off to CardioRisk laboratories so that they can make 600 measurements and give us a very reliable, precise measurement of that thickness. Ultrasound is a very operator-dependent technique. And the way that CardioRisk has made this such a valid, reliable test is by taking very precise, many measurements across all angles of the artery wall so that we get a very precise measurement of that thickness. So we have to wait for CardioRisk to do their magic, make those measurements, and send us the report back, which takes 7 to 10 days. But rest assured, right away, you'll know whether you have plaque or not and be able to take some steps immediately to help mitigate that risk if in fact it's there. With the report, when we get that back, we'll get your arterial age. And what that is just a comparison of your IMT, the actual millimeter measurement, compared to the population average by gender. So men have slightly thicker artery walls than women, but we have a line that shows each of them in the population. We'll pop that off to the side so you can see what that looks like. And then yours will be plotted against that average. And if you have thinner arteries than the average woman your age, your arterial age will be younger. If you are about average, then it'll be about the same as your chronologic age. If your arteries are very thickened, then your arterial age will be significantly higher than your chronologic age. The other thing we get in that report is a max IMT. So this is the area where the IMT is thickest, and we would love for the IMT average to be close to the maximum, which means that things are overall quite even. If there's a big spread between the average IMT and the max IMT, then there's a lot of unevenness or irregularity in the artery wall, and that's suggestive of perhaps more inflammation. So we'd like to see them as close together as possible. So when we put that all together with the total plaque burden, they will measure all of the different areas of plaque and add that up. We get a total plaque burden score. Then that's kind of the complete report from CardioRisk. And we always have an opportunity to hop on the phone or chat to go over any questions that the report itself might bring up for you after the fact. And, the thing I want you to keep in mind is that awareness and knowledge is power. We can do something about these results, even if they're not what we hoped for. But once we know, we can come up with a plan and a strategy to help manage the risk and try to reverse or at least stabilize whatever plaque might be there. So the most important thing about any of these cardiovascular imaging tests, whether that's CIMT or coronary calcium scoring or CCTA, is that once you know what is going on inside those arteries, we can make a plan. There is always hope to stabilize or reverse that plaque. We will get into the strategies that I use in another video, but for now, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, please like and subscribe. Until next time, take really good care.